Hi everybody, Neil Kravitz here. I hope you're enjoying these daily clinical pearls. For this clinical pearl, I'd like to answer a question that I received last week on how I address an anxious parent during a consultation. I think number one, you need to change your perspective. A lot of times an orthodontist will leave the consultation room and roll their eyes and say to their office manager, "This patient is crazy." Don't do that. I think what I'd like you to do instead is put yourself in their position. This may be their first child ever going through orthodontics, or maybe they had a child go through orthodontics and it was a terrible experience. Maybe nobody in the family has ever had orthodontics, and this is the first time they've ever entered an orthodontic office, or maybe they've been given different information between dentists and neighbors, and they're just confused about the entire process. Or maybe the cost is a big concern for them, and they have to make sure they're making the right decision because they have multiple kids and they want to make sure they're entering the right relationship. It's very common for people to have a lot of worries when they enter an orthodontic office, and it's a little bit inappropriate for you as the doctor to roll your eyes at those concerns. So number one, what I like to do is tell them their worries are valid, and I'm here to answer their concerns, and let's get them all on the table. Let's kind of come up with what all your questions are, and I'm gonna hit it out of the park. So let's do this. That's why I'm here, and that's what this consult's about. And I think if you have that approach, man, that will calm someone down. If you enter a consultation with the mentality that I am going to take your concerns and calm them down, man, you're going to do a great consultation. And I think that's the approach that I like to have. When they do get started, I like to tell them, hey, listen, we can do any time of the day, but I always like to give people a lot of time to answer questions. And the best time to do that is if you come in for a late morning appointment or an early afternoon appointment. So maybe around 10 or 11, or maybe around 2 or 3. But if you do 4 o'clock appointments, those appointments are a little bit busier, and I may not have the time to answer those questions. And if you can't make those times, make sure you email me afterwards, and I can kind of explain what we did at that appointment, or walk through any questions that you have. A lot of times these concerns or worries or anxieties subside after about 2 or 3 appointments. So I guess the answer to the question of how I address an anxious parent, I don't roll my eyes. I don't say this person's crazy. I validate their concerns, and I try to put myself in their position from their perspective. And by doing so, I am much more empathetic and starts the relationship off well. And also, these concerns and worries seem to go away as treatment progresses. I hope you enjoyed this pearl. Let me know what you think. How do you handle a nervous parent? I'll see you guys tomorrow for another clinical pearl.